Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's that time of the month, that is the beginning of the month, when I usually go through the things I've used up from the previous month and what I will and won't be repurchasing and what I thought of them, so on and so forth. And for February I've got quite a few bits and pieces, so here we go. I used up a exfoliant from Clarins. This is not a facial exfoliant, it's a body scrub for the whole skin. I'm not a huge user of exfoliants except perhaps in the summer or if I'm doing a fake tan, partly because I much prefer a bath to a shower, so I don't like all the faff of having a shower and showering it off. But this one's lasted me for ages, therefore. It was a nice exfoliant. All Clarins products, are very reliable. Not fragranced in some ghastly sort of tropical fragrance that you often get with cheap body scrubs. And easy to use because it was in a tube. I definitely like that. A lot of scrubs are in a tub, which I find quite difficult to manipulate. And it also means that the particles, the scrub bits, have to be not too rough or too large because they're having to be squeezed out. So it was a quality product. Yeah, if I needed an exfoliant, I'd definitely consider getting this one again, partly because it was so nice and gentle. But as I say, I'm not a huge exfoliant user. I do go through the old Bioderma by the bucketful, I was going to say, by the bottleful. This was just a mini I had for travel. I was a little disappointed in that my good idea was to buy this size, use it up, and then refill. But it's actually one of those screw tops that isn't, so you just screw round and round, and you can't remove this top to refill, so it's just one of those squeezy ones. So my brilliant idea of reusing it was thwarted by the clever designers of Bioderma, who want you to keep on repurchasing their bottles and destroying the planet. Other than that little rant, it's a really good product. I have repurchased, and I probably will go on repurchasing for a while. I have two deodorants to compare. You know that Mitchum is my favourite. What am I doing there? Sorry, it's the iPad one-handed job. Yeah, I had to buy a Dove because I was staying away and ran out of deodorant or whatever. And this is supposedly a 48-hour fresh as well. This is obviously the new thing with deodorants. It wasn't when I was a girl, but there we are. And the Mitchum that I like. And this, I have to report, was not nearly as effective. The Dove adverts really pissed me off as well, to be brutally frank, because I think they're quite pretentious about using ordinary women. And they made a particularly stupid advert about a year ago about women supposedly testing something, and it was just a stupid advert. Anyway, another rant. I don't know what's the matter with me today. I haven't really had my coffee yet. The Dove, not effective. The Mitchum super deodorant, that's why it's still my favourite, if you care. I used up a day cream, and I was quite impressed with this one. This is the Aven product for sensitive skin with an SPF of 20. I bought this from my local chemist, which now carries the whole Aven range, as well as Bioderma, as well as La Roche-Posay. A lot of chemists now are taken over by the French pharmacy products. And I say hooray to that, because a lot of the French pharmacy products are of a very high standard indeed. They don't go in for particularly fancy packaging, but what they contain is usually hyperallergenic, often has high SPF factors for day creams and treatments, which I like. It's usually well and hygienically packaged in pump or tubes rather than the dreaded tubs, which causes degradation of the active ingredients. So yeah, they're usually streets away of other manufacturers, I think. It's not to say there aren't Duff French products, and they certainly are, but I was impressed with this first one from the Aven range. I can't remember now how much it costs. I think middle of the range. It wasn't cheap, but not super expensive. Nice lotiony, but absorbed quite well. Invariably, because it's got some SPF, you see that effect on the skin. It doesn't photograph, obviously, without the flashback. That doesn't bother me. But it was a nice, easily absorbed, lightweight, reasonable SPF day lotion to put under primer and makeup, which is what I wanted it for. So I liked it. Not fragranced either. I'm not repurchasing immediately because I'm just using a big sample of something, and then I'm moving on to the diptyque, which I'm trying out, but I did like it. What else? Yeah, finally getting rid of a makeup product, although I haven't used it up. I don't think MAC even make this anymore, and probably haven't for a while. It was a Moisture Blend, which was one of these palette sticky makeups that I used to keep in my handbag for kind of touch-ups in the day, if it was a long day and my foundation had worn off. And yeah, I liked it, but it's taken me ages to use. And you can see, although I've hit pan, I haven't. There's loads of product left, but I don't think it's keeping too well. It smells slightly suspicious, so it's going. But it was good while it lasted. And as I say, I'm not sure they make it anymore. I put these boxes in, which are neon, because these are a candle, not cosmetic, that I've discovered this last month. Although Neon do make some organic body care products. I've got a bath oil, which I'm using at the moment, which I'm enjoying. They make these organic, quite expensive soy candles that are not only expensive, but they burn super quick. I don't know whether it's to do with the natural ingredients, but the fragrances are just heavenly. So I thought I'd mention them. This was the one I got, which was a freebie in one of those sacks of goodies for a minimum spend that I told you about. And this was, no, it wasn't that one. It was this one was the first one I got. This was Blush Rose, Lime and Black Pepper. I'm not a huge rose fan, but this was a really nice mixture with the lime and black pepper. Really uplifting, gorgeous fragrance. This was, I haven't got the candle, but you can see this is a small box, so the candle was sort of like this diameter and about that down. So it wasn't a big candle, and I was burning it in my bedroom, and it fragranced the whole flat. So I went out and bought another, which I'm still enjoying, which was White Neroli, Mimosa and Lemon, and it's just heavenly, very summery fragrance that I'm really enjoying. And it kind of made me go back to my summer fragrance perfume stash and realised I hadn't got an Neroli-based perfume, so I went out and bought Tom Ford's Portofino Neroli. I'm not sure it's called that, but it's Portofino something or other, which I've got for this summer. So that was a heck of a marketing job for Neon, sending me off to Tom Ford. This is a little fragrance that I used up from Jo Malone, Lime Basil and Mandarin Cologne. This one's an old one, actually. You can see on the back there, possibly. It's got the old Walton Street label on before she was taken over by Estee Lauder. And that's probably why, although it's only a cologne, it's lasted so long. Because while I'm still a fan of the Jo Malone fragrance blends, I think they bring out some pretty interesting fragrances for, a mass-produced range. I do have to say that those fragrances no longer have the silage or the strength or the length that the old Jo Malone ones did. I suspect because of the quality of the products and the percentage of alcohol and the oils that are being used for it is making a difference. But I still enjoyed this one, and I won't be going out for the lime, basil and mandarin perfume or cologne again. certainly not immediately, but I do enjoy the body products very much, and that one's a classic fragrance. If you've never tried it, it's definitely worth having a sniff as summer approaches. So that was what I used up in February, and we're well into March. I'm not sure whether I'll do a favourites this month because I have talked about some of my favourite makeup, maybe some of my favourite skin fragrance and body care, but for the time being, that's all for now. Speak to you soon. Bye.